Hello and good morning to UPSCFEVER's chapter number 4 of Economic Survey 2016. This chapter is on agriculture, the economics of agriculture. Right, so after the Green Revolution in India took place, Indian agriculture has progressed and made India self-reliant in the sector of food production. Indian agriculture became cereal-based, region-centric, input-intensive, and consumed higher land, water, and fertilizers. So, by input-intensive, I mean that all these inputs needed for farming were increased, and this led to a rainbow revolution in India. Rainbow revolution is needed to ensure that pulses, fruits, and vegetables are given importance. So, the overall development of agriculture sector was called the Rainbow Revolution. Per capita availability of water and arable land in India have been on the decline steadily, and so India needs to move to a more from less strategy. Another green revolution is not needed in India now because India cannot afford to have unsustainable practice of agriculture. The input intensiveness and the high consumption of water and fertilizers and electricity and other inputs has to be reduced now, and this strategy is known as the more from less strategy. The economic survey also discusses the problems of the minimum support price system in India. So Indian agriculture is focused on growing wheat and rice, and both are grown on the most fertile land of the country. They also consume most of the resources like water, fertilizers, electricity, etc. But compared to foreign economies and advanced economies, the per hectare yield is very low. And the government also encourages the cultivation of wheat and rice as both are open-ended procurement system crops, which means that the Food Corporation of India will procure wheat and rice from any farmer who is willing to sell it at the minimum support price, and this causes distortions at the market. Although ideally the minimum support price should be less than the market rate, it is a politically motivated price, and so the government keeps the MSP very high, and farmers then keep on growing wheat and rice and ignore the other crops. So India needs vegetables, cereals, oil, but the farmers are only encouraged to grow wheat and rice. So the other important crops are neglected and we have to import them. Anyway, who decides the minimum support price? So there is a cabinet committee on economic affairs, and this cabinet committee on economic affairs takes the opinion of the CACP, which is the Commission on Agricultural Costs and Prices. The CACP has representatives of farmers also present. So unlike other countries, the quantity of water used for a unit crop is higher in India. Also, India exports water-intensive crops, unlike China that imports water-intensive crops. And since India imports crops that do not have high requirements of water, the net water deficit is seen as water-intensive crops are exported and less water consumption consuming crops are imported. A solution proposed is that drip irrigation should be used mandatorily to save water and fertilizers. However, the key obstacle to such a step is that high cost of initial installation and skill are needed, and also maintenance cost is also high. An alternative system proposed by the economic survey is that farmers should be able to participate in option contracts to safeguard their price and thus make adequate returns. But this facility is only available to a few farmers and for a limited number of crops. And thus the government uses the minimum support price to protect farmers' interest. Option contract is an agreement between the buyer and seller of a particular commodity in which the buyer agrees that a particular commodity can be purchased by him at a later date but at a price that is agreed upon by both. And option contracts are thus a very convenient way of protecting the farmer against price shocks. However, the policy of MSP that is followed by the government has discouraged the production of pulses, and also the MSP is a one-size-fits-all approach. That means for the entire country, the MSP for a particular crop remains constant. However, the price of growing that crop varies from state to state based on the price of the inputs, based on the price of the labor, based on the price of electricity. So there shouldn't be a one-size-fits-all approach to decide the MSP. The second problem is that very few farmers in reality get the advantage of MSP, and particularly those who are having marginal land holdings, they might not be able to take the benefit of MSP. And mostly farmers of rich states like Punjab, Haryana, Eastern UP, they get the benefits of MSP. MSP also does not take into account negative externalities like use of chemical fertilizers, destructive practices like overuse of groundwater, etc. So these negative externalities have the potential of reducing the yield of the farm in the future. This could lead to future problems and has to be accounted in the MSP system. But currently, the system does not take this into consideration. One of the solutions proposed by the economic survey is farmers should take the advantage of the direct benefit. Farmers should take advantage of the price deficient payment system. That means if the price of a commodity falls below the minimum support price, then the farmer will sell that commodity for the price that he is getting, and the difference between that price and the MSP will be paid to him in his bank account by the government. And such a system is also consistent with India's obligation at the World Trade Organization. Even agriculture research is plagued with its own problem. State universities are poor institutions in terms of talented faculty, links with international organizations, lab to farm connection, resource crunch, and they also suffer from low to very low productivity of the agriculture scientists. Hence, there is a need for better performance monitoring of the faculties or scientists and the work done by the agricultural universities. An important point raised by the economic survey is creation of a national agriculture market. Agriculture is plagued with the problems of market segmentation due to poor connectivity in rural areas and local market domination, presence of too many intermediaries, restriction of private entrepreneurs in this field, and very limited storage capacity at the villages. Farmers have been hit by the demonetization drive and now they face a cash shortage. They can't procure inputs, they can't pay agricultural laborers, and they can't transport their stocks to the markets. However, it can be seen that the price of the perishable commodities at wholesale and retail has still remained constant in spite of demonetization. So this shows that there is a monopoly of the agricultural pricing market. Sorry. So this shows that there is a monopoly at the APMCs, which are the agricultural produce marketing committees, which are set up as cooperative institutions, and farmers are forced to sell their commodities to the APMCs. They can't sell it to private entrepreneurs. They can't sell it to consumers directly. This monopoly of the APMCs means that farmers have to sell at any price. Although theoretically all produce at APMC is auctioned, but the auctioneers can form cartels and ensure that the prices remain low. Meanwhile, agriculture business chains can't get access to the farmers, and so the prices of commodities remain high. The central government has the power under the Union List to ensure interstate trade and commerce shall be open to all, and this can be used to free the agricultural trade from the shackling hold of the APMCs, and a national market shall be formed. Currently, India has a national agricultural market portal, but it is underperforming, and a step taken by the union government can easily boost the trade at this national agricultural market portal. So, a unified market for agriculture is needed in India. Right, so that was the agriculture sector and the problem plaguing the agriculture sector. You can read about it here. There is a small topic, problems of the seed industry. However, this is not a part of the economic survey. This is a recent current affairs news. You can read it from our economic survey series. So with that, we are closing chapter number 4. See you for chapter number 5. Please don't forget to finish this and recommend this channel to your friends. Have a nice day. Thank you.